sure that we're creating.
Yeah, but Congressman, you were part of the team that was trying to renegotiate with Amazon, which is part of the reason that they left.
No,
I remember having you here on set and talking about this, and you were on your way to a meeting with Amazon back in Washington that day. You wanted to renegotiate the deal.
No.
They just said forget it.
No. You got that wrong. I was a big proponent of Amazon,
you were a
and I think
proponent,
that
but
it was
you were
a
not a
mistake.
proponent of the deal on the table. You wanted to adjust the deal. You wanted to have a say on how that went down.
What I wanted to do was to make sure that when we talked about inclusion, I wanted to make sure that minorities and women, etc., would be included in the deal, so that the jobs that were being created.
You wanted to change that deal, and that's part of the reason that Amazon picked up and walked away.
That is incorrect. I was a sign-on with everyone else, with the governor. I worked very closely with the governor. A lot of individuals, and the part of it, the deal wasn't a deal that was signed and said this is it and that's period. The deal was something where Amazon was talking and trying to engage folks in the community, like me, to say what they would do and how they was going to do it and what we were looking for. There was dialogue and conversation. That takes place in any and every deal. And so that's what we were doing. We were having dialogue and conversation to make sure that individuals like folks from the Urban League was talking, and Amazon was very amenable to it.
So what do you think about them walking away?
Well, I think
what happened? What went wrong?
Well, I think that they were uncertain with what would take place in the state legislature, particularly with the commission that had some oversight on the deal. And I think that there were a few people, because most New Yorkers favored the deal, there were a few people that made a lot of noise, and they decided they were going to pull away from the deal as a result of that. I do wish that Amazon had stayed in the deal and had a little tougher skin in that regards, because that's what happens in New York. There's a back and forth in that regards. But overwhelmingly, the people of New York and the elected officials, especially those of us from Queens County, was very supportive of the deal. We wanted them here. We thought that the creating of the 25,000 tech jobs plus some was a very good thing. We thought that the investments that they were looking to put into some of our schools, whether it was public schools or community colleges or four-year colleges, was something that we need to look for in the future. So we were very much a part of that. We do believe, and I do believe, that all of the industries, when you talk about financial services, those doors have to be open. I need more minority asset managers managing money. I need more African Americans on
We've got our guest, Sam Zell, here on set. I just wanted to bring him in. You wanted to make a comment here?
I just think Congressman Meeks that what you're describing is tyranny of the minority. I think this deal with Amazon is going to go down in history as one of the great mistakes that politicians made in their own interests and disregarding the interests of the state of New York. I think that the idea, from Amazon's point of view, there was never an end to the negotiations. They thought they had a deal. And then you're basically saying you're going to New York to go to Washington to improve the deal. I do deals for a living. Certainty is the most important issue in any transaction. That's what builds confidence. I think Amazon walked away because they saw a never-ending strew of people and no leadership saying, this is the price we pay for progress. And this progress is very important to our city.
Let me say this, though. I think that there was a minority of individuals that were against the deal. There was a lot of voices, like the governor and the mayor and a number of elected officials. If you go down to people, that was Carol Maloney's district, she was for the deal. I was for the deal. Kathy Nolan, who is Assemblywoman, she was for the deal. If you look at the borough president was for the deal of Queens County. If you look at the number of individuals there were more for the deal than against the deal. And that's why we've been trying to get the deal back on the table.
I do believe there's got to be. I think I could convince Chicago to take whatever deal you got.
I do believe we got to be inclusive in any deals, though.
All right. We're going to leave it here, gentlemen. Thank you, Congressman Meeks. Good to see you.
What a crock of shit.
Coming up, after 3.5 months and 2 bail rejections, former Nissan chief executive Carlos Ghosn is free on bail with next to the auto boss. And yeah, that was a hot night, Sam. Will there be changes made to Japan's judicial system? And later, the father of supply-side economics joins us along with Brookings Institution's Bill Gale to debate whether or not deficits matter. Squawk Box, where anything can happen. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.